Welcome to Top Tier Gaming Podcast, episode number 13. This is Nocturnal Mantis, and
Got Leo Pectus 1986 here. How's it going, everybody? We have a special situation going on for you here today. We have a guest speaker that's joining us. We'd like to give a chance to introduce yourself there, pal.
Yo, what's up, guys? Name's Steve. PSN goes by DismantledWiener, also on Twitch.
alright, so how you guys
Nice.
Good, man.
Alright, so what we normally do is for our new guests, we ask some questions to our new guests and basically bombard them full of shit and jokes and all that crap.
We got to get the hazing on.
We gotta break your cherry in, bro.
Oh, sounds like a good time.
Alright then, so what got you into gaming? What got you started?
My dad, actually. Shout out to my pops. He got me into it very early. I think fondest memories were with my two older brothers when he got us a Super Nintendo, actually, and we got into playing Mario and things like that. So my pops actually got me into it, and then little by little, I just grew into it more and more.
Nice. Did he play too or no?
Yeah, he would actually sit down and play with us. Video games and anime were a huge thing for us as kids, especially.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. I mean, I honestly, I don't know how old you are, but I was about 3 years old when the original NES was like just coming out and getting big. And I had a similar thing. My dad bought one for himself, and I ended up kind of taking it over, and we would just play together all the time. That's pretty dope. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I'm young and it made me feel so old.
I was about to say, I'm like, I got a few years on this guy. Then shit.
You're like in your early 50s, right?
Yeah, basically, I'm dead, more or less.
Old as dirt. So what's like your favorite game then?
At the moment or my all time?
Okay, do both. At the moment.
I was gonna say,
and all time.
If you can manage to answer that question, then go for both. Yeah.
At the moment, it would probably have to be Rainbow Six Siege. Okay. That's probably like my to go to whenever I'm feeling in the mood to beat on some kids.
Nice.
All time
beating kids.
All time though, for sure, it'd probably have to be Halo, the Halo series for sure. I know probably everyone's answer is probably that, but Halo series is probably one for me.
Mine.
Yeah, so that's okay. That's all you.
I respect it.
My heart.
Which the whole entire series or?
No. If I have to narrow it down, Halo 2 for sure.
Okay.
The co-op for that one was amazing.
Oh, sweet! I didn't know it was co-op.
Dude.
Yeah, I think that's when they first dropped co-op, right?
Yeah. Ritter.
Huh, that's cool. All right, let's see what else. All right, let's move on to our first topic or second topic.
Titties. I mean, what?
Breasts are fun.
Yes. The jury is out. Breasts are the best.
GameStop. They have a return policy now that's quite interesting. They actually first started it with Days Gone. You now have 2 days, 48 hours to return your game, even after opening it. It's a new release return, which is kind of interesting. They should have done this a long time ago. What you guys thought?
Oh my God. Well, so it's weird, right? If I remember correctly, you had 30 days back in the day as long as it was still sealed. Mm-hmm. But if it was opened, you instantly could not return it. You had to trade it in. So it's kind of like they flexed on both sides. They gave to the customer on one side, but then they took away on the other, it sounds like.
What's your thought, Steve?
Well, I mean, can we cuss in this one?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, for sure. I'll just let it all out then, huh? Well, shit. I mean, honestly, it's a big help. I think for a lot of people who, and I remember I spoke about this a couple days ago with a couple people where it makes sense in their sense. I mean, one, regardless, they're going to keep their money. You know,
right.
It's credit that you receive. It's not a full cash refund. Right. So another, they're still keeping the money, but I think it kind of gives them a leg up in the sense of like competing against like digital games and stuff like that. Just because you buy a game, you don't like it, you used to be stuck with it, and now it's like people can kind of just test run the first 2 days off of it for sure.
Well,
Um,
Steve, you hit the nail on the head, and I don't mean to interrupt you there, but that was exactly what I was thinking of with digital gaming. Like, if those brick and mortar stores are suffering really bad right now because digital sales are a big thing, but you can't return those either. So,
well, you could
you
on
can.
Steam.
Yeah, on Steam you could return it within a certain amount of time as well.
It's like ridiculous amount.
Um,
It's like 30 days.
well,
Like,
all right, that's fair. I was
I
thinking
think
more like
it's up to
PS
3
Network.
hours of playtime.
is
Like
it
they
okay?
record your playtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's just PC only, though. I mean, when you're talking about consoles, which is primarily what like a GameStop's going to be dealing in, I think that's where they're trying
I
to.
think Microsoft actually bit the bullet and did it, just like Steam.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay, well
I
then
think
I'm
so.
just a fucking idiot. I had no idea.
I think
Sleeping
so. I
under a rock.
actually think so. And like Sony's the only one that has that vague area of being able
Yeah.
to return a game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what their policy was. I should have read up a little bit more about it.
On who's on GameStop?
Sony's,
Uh,
GameStop's.
no,
I have it right
have a
here.
policy.
What was that?
Sony doesn't have a return policy. You buy it, it's yours. You can't return it.
That's
It's
what
your,
I thought. Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
Even if it's accidental, you can email them and they're like, oh, well, it's proof of purchase because it's off of a physical debit or credit card that you have to manually click to say, yes, I want it.
Uh-huh.
It's not like auto purchase. So it automatically, they wash their hands with that one.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why you have to click twice. There are
Yep.
two things. Because they'll be like, you can't accidentally have done that.
Are
fucker.
you sure? Are you positive? Are you
Yeah.
absolutely sure? Good.
Yeah.
Then you're stuck with it.
Exactly.
One of the other things that it's kind of missing, well, not missing, but you don't get your sales tax when you do refund with GameStop. You lose
Yeah.
Right.
that $4.95 or whatever, depending on where you live, of course. But it's $4.95 here in California, and you lose that through the return, which kind of is like, I guess, are they keeping that, or are they still paying that with the government?
Yeah,
No,
they
yeah,
still go to the government.
that's still government. That's still Uncle Sam.
Okay, all right. Do you think this is gonna last for them or no?
Probably. I don't think that they would go back on it necessarily. It seems like a good move for them in general.
Well, they have to because they lost. What is it like? They lost like almost 700 million in their last fiscal year.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they just closed down. Like I think it was like I think across the state it was like 50,000 stores since
Oh, man.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the store that me and Joe still used to work at is still there.
Oh,
That's
3352 still there?
It's one. Yeah, it's one.
Holy shit, dude.
It's one of the bigger locations. I don't think they would want to sell that one.
Probably not.
But you got to imagine how many employees they've ran through as well as managers. I mean, they had to they straight chopped everything. Like I think their biggest leg up from them is the trade-in offer for like physical devices. So like they're taking phones and stuff, things like that. So I think that's what's helped them out a lot as far as like them getting their revenue per.
It's interesting. It's an interesting time we live in. You know.
I'm glad I didn't work there when they handled wireless. I've dealt with that enough in my life. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck that.
With that already.
What'd you say, Steve?
I was like, I deal with that already.
Yeah. I worked for Verizon for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's continue. Let's do.
All right.
Actually, it was a childhood favorite of Steve's. Is Showtime is now doing a TV series Halo. What you guys thought on that?
About time.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Remember that giant teaser they played like a long time ago, where it was like a live action on YouTube and it never came out?
Oh man.
Well,
Now
I
that
know
you say it, I kind of do remember it now.
Red versus Blue was a huge show, and I mean, even that obviously not being live action was like fucking popular as hell.
Oh,
So.
yeah.
Well, Showtime managed to land Halo, and they found a actor for Master Chief, and it's actor Pablo. Ooh, I can't even say his last name. Schreiber.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pablo Schreiber, who was in American Gods, First Man, Orange is the New Black, which I kind of like this character in the Orange is the New Black. I mean, what other shows you would like to see become live on for example, The Witcher is going for Netflix, and
Yeah,
that should.
I'm excited about that
Is that a
personally.
thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Henry
Oh
Cavill
yeah.
is Geralt. Henry Cavill is Geralt. It's fucking dope, dude. He actually looks pretty good.
I heard that a Borderlands, I think, series would be dope too, just
Mhm.
because they portray more of like an apocalypse type phrase.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it would be a
Okay.
huge. That'd be tight.
What else would be
I'm
good?
I would actually wouldn't mind seeing Devil May Cry.
Really?
I think shows like Buffy and Angel back in the day, and even Supernatural now to a degree. Like any shows that have to do with supernatural or demons, monsters are pretty popular right now. And I think having like a live action Dante could be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, especially with all the cool CGIs.
Yeah.
I would like to see okay, everyone knows my favorite is Metal Gear. I would like to see Metal Gear but animated style,
That'd be interesting.
kind of like Castlevania.
They
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
a lot with that too, because I mean, let's face it, fucking he's you can make it a slow paced show, like a 24 almost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a
Yeah,
good
that'd be a
point.
good one. I mean, it'd be interesting how they would roll that out though, just because of how many storylines within storylines there are.
Yeah.
So it'd be an interesting concept for that one. But that'd be a good one. Metal Gear
It'd be
for
nice
sure.
to see origins, like some origin stories for some of the characters.
Yeah,
All right.
that'd be tight.
I felt that was going to be kind of short. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Um, Xbox One S, all digital. What's you guys' thought? In my
Bit.
opinion,
Go ahead.
too expensive.
Really? Isn't it like
Two
two?
forty nine,
Yeah.
$249.99 for an all digital, and it's
Well,
exactly the same shell.
except the CD reader, right?
Yeah, that's just missing.
I think it makes sense because going back a little backtrack towards like what GameStop's doing for the return to fight off the digital thing, like it's not pushing towards like, and they said it pretty clear, like it's not, they're not focusing that console itself to like new people. So like kids for getting them for their birthdays and Christmas and things like that. I know the whole joke is like, oh, kids get Xboxes, for Christmas
Right.
and birthdays. But I think it's more for like people just it's more based on like adults who already own an Xbox and kind of want to get rid of clutter, who want to go full digital. Like it's a big push for them, and they said it themselves. Like it's more meant for the people who already own one to just go full digital, and not worry about having clutter as far as like having discs everywhere, things like that. Although a lot of people still do own physicals, I think it's a big push for them. I think they're not gonna like sell out like crazy, but it's for a specific type of person. I don't think it's for everybody.
Okay.
I can get behind that too. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I absolutely despise Xbox, and I would never do anything with it. And Phil, you know that about
Yeah, I
me.
know
I
that.
just,
Yeah, I feel the hate, man, raging through his veins when he ever talks
oh
about Xbox.
my God, it's gotten better with age. It definitely has. I don't hate it nearly as much as when it was the 360. The Xbox One's a solid console. It is.
Yeah.
I can't take that away. But it's just fucking. It's still inferior to the PS4 in my opinion, and all of it's just whatever.
Right. Well, the one cool thing about this all digital is that it comes with 3 games. It comes with Forza Horizon 3, Minecraft, and Sea of Thieves. And I don't know if you put that all together. It says here that it's like $120 worth of digital stuff, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
pretty cool. I think that's a bonus. Maybe the price after reading this, after the price being $249, and I think that's kind of reasonable. But I could see it dropping $199 in like the next 3 months, 4 months.
Like for a
Maybe,
holiday.
yeah, definitely for holidays.
Yeah.
Definitely for holidays.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's more leeway for them. It's more boxes out for them as well because they're not really losing out. It's not like they crafted a whole new console. It's literally what I think it's the Xbox One S model, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a big push on them for that one. Like I said, it's more based on just people who want digital. It's a smart move, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of people who have pushed back on wanting an Xbox because you got to think like they have their old Xbox, they got a PS4,
Yeah.
or they even the original big giant Xbox that came out, the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big push. I mean, I think it's just more leeway for them to push out more consoles under their belt. But I mean, it's kind of smart, to be honest.
and it releases next week, May, or almost 1 week. Actually, yeah, exactly 7 days from now.
Is it
Right?
still a terabyte or is it 500 gigs for that
You
one?
know, it doesn't say. It
Hmm.
it doesn't say on this article.
That is of games too. Like
Do a
it's different
quick little
different types.
search. It would be nice if it's a terabyte. I mean, the
It makes
next
sense.
the next gen systems better be 2 terabytes because it would make no sense.
Well, I
Let's see.
mean, yeah, no, you're right. Man. I mean, it's all marketing, it's all pricing. The more they add, the more expensive it's gonna be. Especially for people who already think these consoles are high in price, which I mean they are, but a lot of people don't realize like why they're so high in price. You know?
Right. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, all digital is 1 terabyte.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's cool. I'm not gonna buy it though.
I already got an Xbox that's sitting at my girl's house.
Do you even use it?
Uh, I don't. She does. I mean, honestly, we use it more for streaming base when we're at her place. I think once in a while she'll occasionally jump on like Fortnite, but
Right.
I mean, she uses my Switch for that, so
Okay.
it's just kind of just there. It's nice. It's a nice looking box compared to the PS4. It's very pretty.
Hmm. All right. What games do you have for it?
Huh?
What games do you have for it?
Uh, I don't know. What do we got? Sea of Thieves. We got Fortnite. We got MK, but at the old MK, not the new one.
Oh,
Sea of
nine or
Thieves is
10.
pretty cool, actually. And just off topic, real quick, it needs more content, but it's just got so much potential.
They kind of just throw you in there, right? Because I never really learned the mechanics of it.
Yeah, you don't really get any real guidance at
Yeah,
all.
I got in there and I was like, "What is this?"
My buddy had me over to try it out a couple times, and it's neat. I definitely had a fun time with it, but it needs a lot more to it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Let's see. Let's move on to the next topic. Is short news. Short news is basically a little segment where I spit out some little things. It's up to you if you want to say something or not about it. If you don't have an opinion, just go eh. If you have something, go yeah. Actually, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Let's start off with a childhood game of mine. 13. The thrilling cell-shaded first-person shooter is coming back as a remake. Opinions? No.
Eh,
I don't have any. Honestly, I don't know much of it. I don't
Okay,
think I. I
I
don't think
have
I ever.
something to say. uh, Dude, I played this game when it came out for the GameCube. It originally came out for the GameCube and the PlayStation 2.
I remember,
Um,
yeah.
The one
Dude,
console I never owned the GameCube.
fun ass game. Shell shaded first person shooter. It brought back like the nostalgia of like uh 007 GoldenEye from
Okay.
the N64. It had that feeling because you were up to like four other players because the GameCube had a four port controller, and dude, it was so much fun. And of course, you can set up the game to where it had AIs, so you could shoot up AIs and stuff.
Okay.
Um, Great storyline. Uh, as far as a first-person shooter for the day, it's really good. I'm glad it's coming back out. Supposedly, it comes out in November. Let's move on. Konami reveals Castlevania titles for their re-release collection.
That's cool. I
That's
mean,
super dope.
I'm really excited about that. Now, do we have? I didn't get a chance to look at this. Do we have confirmation if they're going to be like remakes, or are they just re-releasing like the old games?
I think
They're
it's a
just re-releasing it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's not like full build on remake.
maybe they'll have trophy support.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they have to.
Let's see. I got the list here. Okay, where is it? Okay, here
What
it is.
would?
It's coming
Oh,
out with the original Castlevania NES, Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge from the Game Boy,
Nice.
Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse from the NES, Super Castlevania 4 for the NES, which I'll be streaming the shit out of that. And what else? Another Castlevania: The Adventure from the Game Boy. Um, also Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest from the NES, Castlevania Bloodlines from the Sega Genesis,
Damn, that's a lot.
Kid Dracula from the Famicom, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's the only one that I think never came out
Is
for
it going
North
to be for all
America.
consoles, or where is it coming out
Yeah,
for?
this has come out for basically everything: the Switch, PlayStation, Windows, and Xbox One for
Is it
$20.
coming out for Steam as well?
Yeah, Steam.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it comes
Is it
out for
just
everything.
so? That's cool. Okay, that's interesting. Damn, that's a lot. They're pretty much dropping the whole thing.
They also, because of their anniversary thing, they're also dropping Arcade Classic Anniversary Collection.
Okay, makes.
I think that's already out. Includes one of the Castlevania spin-offs, 1988 game Hunted Castle, Ajax, Nemesis, Vulcan, Ventures, Solomon Mender, Thundercross, Scramble, and Twin B, which all the games I don't think I've ever actually played.
No, they don't really
Maybe
sound familiar.
maybe Ajax
Yeah.
I've played. Um, yeah, I've never played most of those games. But also $20. It looks like it's already out. I'm looking. Me and my brother are big Castlevania fans.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the big one that stands out to me on that list. I mean, the series is fucking cool. Just no matter how you slice it, it's got so much heart and so much content to it. And there's a title that fits anybody because the playstyle is so different between some of the each game.
right. All right, let's move on. BioWare delays Anthem features, including the Cataclysm event.
Eh,
I'm kind of eh.
I have you guys played it?
No,
Anthem? Nah, not really. I mean, a little bit.
I've
It
been watching a
seemed
lot of videos of it
I
though.
got to, yeah, I got to mess with it. It's a big disappointment. Just because it's supposed to be a big patch for them. Like it's really supposed to flip the game around and be more. There's just supposed to be more into it because it there just feels like you play the game. I mean, this is coming from my personal opinion. Like I played it, and it just felt like there's such a giant empty space between mission and mission, and it kind of just gets like really really. I don't know. It gets stuck on repeat a lot, especially when
yeah,
it comes to like go here, fly here, fight this. Oh, here's a big boss. Cool, beat it up. Now you're done. Next mission.
right. And that's kind of like my friends tried to sucker me into buying it, and I just knew it was gonna fucking be that. Like, I wasn't feeling it from Jump Street. I was like, it's a great Iron Man simulator, but like at the end of the day,
I wanted to buy it too, but I knew I had the same feelings that you did. I wanted to wait for reviews. Really, um, there's some games that you could have that feeling that's going to be good, and
Yeah.
and then there's some games you're kind of like iffy on. Um, is there much of a storyline for it? I don't. Have you
So
felt that?
yeah. So they jumped into it when you first get in the game. At least in the demo when I tried it out, and I've got to play the full thing, and I've seen a couple Twitch players stream it. Uh, there's really no main focus storyline. This event, the catalysm event, was supposed to kind of tie everything together and get why is why and what's where and how all this became to be what it is. But from the beginning of the game, there's really no main storyline. You kind of just go off and adventure out. There's I'm thinking of the game that was close to it. There's a game similar to it where they push the story within the actual gameplay. So as you're playing, you're supposed to pay attention to the dialogue because that's essentially what the gameplay is. That's what the story is. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. I forgot what game did that, but it's just a horrible thing, especially when it's like the game's so colorful. There's so
Yeah,
many explosions. It looks like
it looks good. It
yeah,
actually
it looks
looks
like
really good.
Michael Bay directed the entire game. It's just everything's blowing up everywhere, but it's there's just too much going on for them to push a story like that.
Yeah. Oh well.
well, Final
Um,
Fantasy 13 had that problem where it was just everything was buried in menus and dialogue. It wasn't really spoon fed. I mean, I don't want to say spoon fed because that sounds bad too.
It's
But
like
just
ooh,
it didn't give you enough like just content built right into the game
yeah,
naturally. You had to go hunting for it.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. So next one is this is actually incorrect. Not incorrect, but at the time of me finding out about it, is that a cheaper Switch was coming out in June, a modest upgrade version coming in later. After finding that out, I did a little more searching. It looks like Nintendo is not doing another console upgrade or downgrade or whatever this year, and they kind of just stayed quiet after that.
Mm.
Wait, so they talked about it and they dropped it?
It was more of a rumor than anything else.
Yeah.
A lot of people were just talking about how Nintendo was putting out patents about having a cheaper monitor, a little bit more smaller unit, more
Okay.
of like a 3DS size, smaller
Yeah.
screen, a smaller form factor as being cheaper. That's too bad because I would actually wouldn't mind getting something a little bit smaller.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I just I still don't see any games that I want for the Switch, and Metroid had been delayed, so why bother?
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I've only bought 4 games for the Switch since I've owned it. I have Zelda, Octopath Traveler, Mario Odyssey, and Smash. And other than that, it's just kind of like meh. There's some things to play on it, but it's nothing that I'm glad I had it. I had money when it came out, extra money to just buy it. But like, I really, if you ask me now, I probably would respond like you. I don't know that I would get one.
It's
Yeah, I think smaller, I wouldn't really complain. I have no complaint over the size of it. It's not heavy and it's not bulky. I mean, I traveled with it already, so
right.
it's not a disturbance. But I mean, something with a better battery, because my God, does it die so fast if it's
Oh
not.
yeah, like an hour and a half maybe. If,
Yeah.
if it's ridiculous.
And you can't play Zelda in an hour and a half.
No, that's that's days and days.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, if I did choose something to buy with it, it'd definitely be Metroid and Zelda. I don't know about Mario. I'm over Mario now.
Odyssey
Um,
was fun.
was it good?
Yeah, Odyssey was good, but I'm still feeling what you're saying though. It's not the same fucking magic it was 10, 15 years ago. Like it was
Yeah.
a good time, but I didn't go through and collect all the fucking suns or whatever. I forget what they were in that one. All
Yeah,
the
like moons.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
Is it
moons.
Moons now?
Moons, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, would you collect them as a kid? Like when you used to play them?
Oh my god,
Played
yeah,
64. It was 100%.
Oh
exactly.
man.
Yeah, I 100% everything like that I play generally. Like even still, I'm a trophy and completionist, person.
Okay.
So
He definitely finishes his games, which is a little daunting for me. I like you even went back and like, oh, this game I need to get, I need to finish that, and it was like a game that you fucking hated. Which one was it?
Sonic
Oh,
Unleashed.
Ew.
Yeah, so let me tell the story then, because I don't think I've told it on the podcast yet. This is how compulsive my ass is.
right.
About 8 years ago, well, actually, no, it was longer than that. Almost 10 years ago, I was living with roommates. Like one of the only times in my life I've done that. And my roommate had a friend over who just rented Sonic Unleashed for the PS3 and played it on my system under my profile without telling me. Like I was at work, and they just like jumped on my system and played it. Now, normally I wouldn't care, except they went on my profile, which attached the game to my profile, and then they immediately returned it. So I had this 0%, no trophies earned attached to my profile. And at the time, like everything else was 100%. So
Yeah.
it was like an ugly spot on my thing. And about a year later, I was just like, I can't fucking stand this anymore. And I literally found the game on eBay cheap, bought it, and played through to get the platinum just so I wouldn't have to deal with that
and
miss on
and
my
then
profile.
later on, they added the option to delete it.
Yeah. Only if it was at 0, and which obviously I could have taken it off at that point. But
Oh, it was only zeros that you could delete.
yeah, you can't. Like I still have detonation at 1% that I can't take off, and it's like fuck. But I'm too old now. I don't have the time for that shit. I'm just letting it sit now.
Aw.
Man, see, I
This man,
lost.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but this man has how many platinums?
Hold on. I have my PS4. I think it's like 70 or something. I don't know. Let me check. I don't have a crazy number because I haven't played a whole lot of games, but it's like I have like an over 80% completion ratio overall. Like I don't not get the platinum. 64 platinums out of like 88 games, I think, or something like that total.
All right, sorry,
Damn.
Steve. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I'm saying like I wish I had that like momentum of chasing trophies again. The last time I would 100% everything was, I mean, the 360 was around for a very long time, so that's what I had. And keep in mind, I went through like 4 of them because the other ones burned and died.
Yep.
But yeah, I would 100% everything. And this one time, I guess I was playing Halo, and out of nowhere, my account signed me off, and I was like, okay, might be a glitch. Sign back in, and it's like, oh, sorry, you've been temporarily banned. So I got banned because my bio for like I think 5 or 6 years, it would say kicking babies over freeways. So I got banned off of that, and Microsoft decided to say, hey, you know what? Let's take all his trophies away.
Oh.
So I lost every single achievement.
Oh my god.
100%. Like,
just because of
the
that
game was long enough
phrase?
to own a stack, and they're just gone. So ever since then, I kind of just stopped caring.
Yeah, that I can understand. If I lost my whole profile, I'd flip some fucking shit.
Yeah, they robbed me.
That'd be the end of it, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, bro. Man.
I think it was by score. I had like 36,000. I was pretty up there in numbers. Like I had a very, very high score, but everything was legit, and all because people were salty when I was beating them in Team SWAT in Halo 3. I got banned.
That sucks, bro. I'm sorry. It's like you lost a child, man.
Yeah, honestly, it sucked. I was banned for 2 days and come back to lose everything else.
Oh man, sorry. All right, let's move on. Number 6 is okay. So Riot Games, they've decided their employees. Let me get to it. Their employees decided to. Where do I have it? The employees reportedly plan to walk out to protest company policies.
Isn't that because of gender discrimination or something like that?
That was one of the reasons from the beginning back in the day.
That's like the biggest pinpoint though, right? Like they're like discriminating against like employees.
Yeah.
Is it by pay raise or how are they? Well, how are they discriminating people? Is there any word on that?
Let me see. I'm going to read one of the articles here. This is now. I'm getting this from Polygon, by the way, just so people know. Employees are planning to walk out in protest on Monday, May 6th, according to Katu. Riot's chief diversity officer, Angela, contacted employees according to Waypoint, noting that the company is recognizing that the riots are not feeling heard, and that the company will open up dialogue on Monday and invite rioters to join us for a small group session where we can talk through our concerns. Let's see if I can find the reason why. While discusses details about ongoing
it's toxic.
Yeah, it's definitely a toxic environment for them. Let's see, Riot Games employees waive their rights to sue the company once they join Riot. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So they can't even sue them. So I guess that's why they're just rioting instead.
Yeah.
What games did they make? I don't even remember what Riot Games make or have made.
I don't know anything that was huge on like the radar. You know what I mean? Like, unless I'm completely forgetting something. But
is that
do you have a list?
Oh, League of Legends. Riot released its debut title, League of Legends, to worldwide.
Oh wow. Okay, that's their biggest title then.
Yeah. It's still their biggest title.
Noteworthy one, I would say.
How would you guys feel? Would you join? I mean, as an employee, let's say that you're an employee at Riot Games, would you join in that walkout?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, I would. I mean, it sucks being in an environment where you're being judged not by your work, but by your appearance. And I think this is based more on my studies and like what I do, what I'm looking as a career for school and stuff like that. As a sociology major, yeah, I mean, it makes it's a big deal, especially when it comes to people being set aside because of the way you look or because of the way you classify yourself.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it's affecting your pay. From what I saw, it says they're being like sexually abused. So I mean, inappropriate touching and stuff in a workplace is
That's
never.
completely fucked.
Yeah, and if you're waiving you're signing a waiver saying, hey, you can't sue us if we touch your no spots. And it's kind of weird. It's odd for them to go that direction, especially. I mean, I get it. It's a big company. They're trying to steer away from lawsuits, but
But
that's
yeah,
that's
that's
huge.
publicly saying like, hey, we just endorse sexual harassment. So
Yeah, right. That's the same. Like that's kind of that comes with the job that you're going to be sexually harassed.
It looks here that it looks like that 2 employees were fired for talking about their issues on Twitter, and Riot has been hit with several lawsuits because of it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they're trying to keep people quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big deal, especially now with like the whole Me Too movement type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's a huge deal nowadays.
Yeah.
So sexually harassing like your employees, like that sucks. I feel bad for them.
right.
All right.
That's crazy. Who the fuck? Well,
Let's move on. So, have you guys ever played any board games?
like what?
Like
Monopoly.
board games, like Monopoly, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I thought you. I didn't know you meant like that general. Like, yeah, of course I have.
Yeah, in general, of course. Okay, so Bloodborne. I don't know if Joe, have you played Bloodborne?
Yeah.
You finished it at all?
No, I didn't beat it. It's actually the one Souls game, like Souls series game, that I didn't actually finish.
Well, they just basically met their goals in Kickstarter as to make a board game. What you guys' thought? Would you get down to it, or you're still only digital gaming?
What kind of board game is this? Like Gwent?
Um, no, not card based. Actually, like kind of like I have to say like Dungeons and Dragons style. You get these little
Oh,
characters and
RPG?
figures.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Let's see. They released a tabletop card game based on Bloodborne once. But in this one, they've basically let's see. Let me read it up for you real quick. It
I was
doesn't
like,
really say much.
Bloodborne Monopoly. That's weird.
Right.
Well, yeah, they've made that. Monopoly's made
Yeah,
basically everything.
yeah. They've profited off so many things. I have the Hobbit one right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Isn't your brother in like love with like Monopoly type games or
Monopoly. Yeah,
theme?
he's very aggressive. Like I hate playing with him because he'll try. He creates his own rules. For the ones who don't know, my brother likes to play Monopoly and make his rules and start. He becomes a business owner from there and just starts kind of capitalizing on everybody and monopolizing the board. Yeah. So our 3 hour game session will become a 6 hour, and it's just like, hey, join me, and I won't rip you a new one when you land on Boardwalk.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So he's more of a dictator at that point.
Well, make him move last then. That way you can get the first ones as best as you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I'm gonna just read one of them a second. Basically, each chapter will list a certain number of specific tiles to use. Usually, the famous locations from the game, such as the Grand Cathedral, the Tomb of Odin, Oeden, or something, and then have the players take a number of random tiles and combine them into a face-down stack. The players will have their starting locations, and from there on, it's a matter of uncovering the world. As players move, they'll flip over a tile, populating it accordingly, and continue on, building the overall map as they explore. So is it random? It looks like it could be random. So
Interesting.
you place these tiles on the ground and you randomly flip them over as you progress. That's cool. I like that. It kind of reminds
Yeah,
me of Aliens versus Predator.
I was gonna say that
Uh,
seems kind of like an interesting concept.
yeah, that's
Let's
cool.
see.
Right on. And I guess each character has their own attack range and your attack defense and all that stuff.
Okay.
I might actually end up getting this if it becomes not just a Kickstarter kind of thing. If it actually becomes like, let's say, it lands into Target or something.
I don't think you'll get that far, just because I think it's marketed to like a certain type of person.
Yeah.
Like Monopoly, Game of Life, all those type of games are like family based, and I think
Yeah.
like companies like Target, Walmart, I
Well,
think
I guess
Spice, like
brick and
board games.
mortar
Yeah.
comic book stores maybe might carry
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense. Yeah, especially because it's a Kickstarter, so it's gonna stay like an online ship to type of thing. I don't think you'll hit like worldwide stores like that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they did.
All right, let's move on to the next one, and we'll call it quits. Leftovers. Basically, what leftovers is.
Good food.
Leftovers was originally like some topics that we were supposed to have 4 people on this podcast. One of them had to bail, and I'm kind of glad it did, because sometimes when we have 4 or more people, it gets kind of loud and overwhelming with everyone who wants to get their word in. Basically, it was leftover topics from ideas, basically. So one of them is, what games are we looking forward to? I'm gonna leave this to Steve, because basically me and Joe already did this in the last podcast. So what are
Yeah.
you looking forward to, bro?
Ooh, the new Pokemon game looks promising.
Yes.
That'll be something I want to buy on the Switch. That gives me a reason to spend money on the Switch. That's
I
for
said
sure.
that too. I said that too, man. Good guy.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm not crazy over it, but it's something that I am gonna buy for sure on it. Like the last one was very fun. I think it's based in like England, right, in the UK.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like medieval kind of era.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That's a good one. Geez, any other game that I'm looking forward to? I think most games right now that I'm looking forward kind of dropped already.
Not Last of Us Part Two.
Oh, how could I forget? Yeah, that's for sure. That's like something you won't stop talking about. But yeah, no, super hyped about that one. I wonder if they'll drop a new trailer for it this year at E3 for sure. But I mean, yeah, I think all in all, that'd probably be the one out of everything. I was excited for games that came out. Like Red Dead was dope.
Yep.
I'm currently playing Days Gone. MK11 looks super tight. World War Z was dope. I'm glad I purchased that.
Sweet.
No, that was a fun one, yeah. But I mean, new ones. I don't think anything. Fallen Order might be dope.
Yep.
I'll be interested in getting that. Something from more the nostalgic side. CTR, the Crash Team Racing.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, we should get that and just fucking just get down on that.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
down. That
Yeah?
could be a fun time.
beat each other up for it, dude. Like we used to beat on each other on that one. But yeah, I think those are the ones I'm
Death
going for.
Stranding is another one of my favorites that I'm looking forward to.
There's just so much hype on it. I don't want to put all my chips in that one, to be honest. Unpopular opinion, but it aesthetically looks nice, but I wonder if it can hold its status, you know?
Right. Okay. Okay, here's another one for you. What is your top 10 for 2018? I'm not 10. Top 5. My bad.
I was like, damn, top
Yeah.
10?
That's too much. Yeah. Me and Joe
Get
did
ready to
5. I
work.
totally forgot.
I was like, ooh, like game wise?
Not necessarily. Yeah. Well, yeah. Game Rise. Not necessarily released in 2018. Games that you've played and
That I played?
enjoyed in 2018.
Yeah.
Oh, Overwatch, Batman Arkham Knight. I played a little small game called Among the Sleep that released, I think, 2018.
Okay.
Early 2018. That was a cool mini game that I played.
I haven't heard of that one. What's that like?
It's more of like just you wake up as a little boy and you follow this teddy bear into nightmare rooms, and you kind of just find like all these creepy things going on. It's more based on like a kid's mind and like how we see things, like you know how you stare at the dark in a corner and something will appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, but it's very cool, very short. I think it's max of 2 hours. Super dope though.
I was gonna say that sounds really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Actually,
It is. That one is. Friday the 13th was fun. I love that.
That's right.
Yeah, that one was so dope. What else I got going on for me? Metal Gear Phantom Pain was Super, super. A good spot to hit for me. And Resident Evil. What was it? The Biohazard one?
7?
Yeah. Scared the shit out of me, but that one was fun. It took me like 40 minutes to get through each hallway, but I got through it, passed it, loved it.
Nice.
Oh, and then just to add a little extra sprinkle on top, Titanfall 2. People sleep on that game so much.
Really?
But that game is fun.
Oh, damn.
You got a pretty
you got a better list than mine.
yeah. I was gonna say, ours we had to like sit there and really like after like 3.
We had to really. I even had to look at my trophy list just to make sure which ones I played.
Yeah.
Something to add on top of that. That one's it's one of my favorite. My oldest brother got me into it. It was 14.
Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did get into 14.
Still played. Yeah.
I played it since launch, but I quit about 6 months ago. I haven't been on in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been on in a year, so I feel you.
It lost its. The gameplay was way too repetitious. They didn't come out with anything new feeling for a while, you know.
Yeah,
I'm back on 11, like I mentioned at the top of the call, or before we started the podcast. I went back to fucking 11 because it's got better gameplay than 14.
Yeah, my brother's he always tells me to jump back on it. He's on it. That's literally his bread and butter, and that's his childhood. 11 all the way through.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. That's it for all of our topics.
Nice.
Actually, we did pretty good. It's almost an hour, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty solid length.
Yeah, 50 minutes.
All right. Well, if you like, I'd like to invite you again for the next one if you want to, if depending on scheduling, of course.
Nope, I don't want him. He didn't make the cut. Sorry.
He didn't make the cut. What was it?
I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Dropping all the F-bombs.
Right on. All right, then. I appreciate everyone. Hey, shout out your social media if you want, where people can find you and watch you on stream.
Yeah. It's DismantledWiener on Twitch. PSN is DismantledWiener. That's DISMANTLE. The word wiener all together for the ones who can't spell. I mean, most of the time I stream every day, pretty late. Earliest would probably be like 8. Latest would be about 10 or 11. Drunken Soul is my at Twitter, so if you guys want to check that out. I retweet a bunch of crap. You know, Twitter is Twitter. But other than that, I mean, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Almost at my 50 affiliate, so nice. I'm almost there. I'm 43. Right
nice,
there.
Dude. Good shit.
I've been streaming for I think about like a week and a half almost. So I'm doing something right. People like watching me, so
that's what's up, man.
Hell yeah. All right. Anything you want to add to, Joe?
No, I'm good. I mean, I just like to thank everybody for listening every time we do these. It's always fun. Don't forget to hit us in the comments if there's topics or things you'd like for us to dive into next time. We always appreciate that. And have a good rest of your day, everyone.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Laters.